Yeah, you are welcome back to this interesting session. We're still discussing the major determinants of standard in the school, especially as it affects the passing of examinations of our students, which is of course a major assignment we have as educators. We have seen the need for standardized question bank, and we have seen the usage and the application of the question bank. We are now saying that after using all the questions that we have for the major evaluation processes in the school, the remaining questions in the question bank on each topic, what do we do with them? We're still making use of our illustration of indices. And we said that we had taken almost 30 questions. We have used them during our examples, classwork, um, homework, CA test, internal examinations, and mock exams, and all of that. And we're still left with about 26 questions on indices. We are still left with about 32 questions on circle geometry, and we're still left with 28 questions on mensuration. So what are we going to do with those questions? That is where having internal quiz competition comes in. This is where having internal uh, uh, yeah competitions come in. So these are the questions we are going to be using. So if we have a major mathematics competition in the school where we determine mathematics champions, it is these questions we are going to use. All the students may not become champions, but all the students will use this as the study guide, the practice guide for them to prepare for the competition. What do you think is happening in the school? What is happening in the school is all the students in the school are preparing towards this. We can also use it to determine the 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 champions of the school. And so we say that if you get up to 80%, you become champion in the school. So all this will help us to make use of the questions in the question bank. So at the end of the term, at the end of the session, all the questions we have collated and we have pulled together in our question bank have been utilized. All of them from number 1 to number 50 questions. And the students are already used. If they are scoring 70%, 80%, that means if they get to WAEC or to any external examination we're preparing them for, they are going to be scoring 80%, 90%. That is why you see in some schools, without exam malpractice, all the students score A1, all the students score B2, B3. It is not magic. It is not an overnight thing. It is not a product of fire brigade approach. It is what they have been exposed to right from SS1, preparing them for O levels, right from GSS 1 in preparing them for Becker, right from primary 2, primary 3 in preparing them for common entrance examination question. So, for apart from those that you use for question for examinations, use the remaining one for competitions in your school and create that atmosphere that everyone is jostling to be the best in uh, the competitions using the questions that you have pulled together. The next issue we're going to be discussing is conducting examinations in schools as a way of achieving this same standard we are talking about. Because if you have the questions and you don't know how examination should be conducted, there is still going to be a problem. And there is a way we do that. There is a way you should do that. That if you master it, no student will fail external examination in your school. We're going to be discussing that in the next video. Don't go away.